Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, the place where I read you the boring crypto news every day, Monday through Friday, just so you don't have to. My name is Not Important, and I'm your host. Let's effing go. Kwon converted illicit funds from Luna to Bitcoin. South Korea prosecutors. Mt. Gox repayment registrations close. Here's what's next. And last but not least, Ripple versus SEC. Top lawyer provides insight into potential end date of May 6th, y'all. Don't hold your breath. That's what I got for you this morning, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into the market. Market cap sitting at a whopping 1.178 trillion. A little bit of a pullback from yesterday. Bitcoin down to 45.9% dominance. ETH at 19. ETH is pulling back a little bit as well. Gas sitting at 21 Gwei will get you an ETH transaction. A little bit of a downturn in the last few hours of last night into this morning, guys. I'm not going to spend too much time going over because it hasn't been significant in my opinion, but it is starting to look like things are starting to roll over. Nothing crazy. Where was Doge? Doge is down 7, almost 8%. Still up 10 on the week. No significant pullbacks, but again, like I said, when we go into the charts, you'll see things are starting to kind of roll over as we roll into the weekend. Yeah, let's do it. Let's jump onto Bitcoin. So there you go. This is our pattern that we've been watching inside of the range that we've been in for quite some time. I feel like I'm repeating this every freaking day. Sideways movement's rough, Manuel. It is rough. But again, we were following this trend line. We started to get a move back to the upside, and then we got rejected. We broke down past our 27.98 or our 28, we'll call it. And then as well as we were bouncing off the trend line, we then broke down below the trend line. Now here is the bearish sentiment, and I apologize for being the bear today, guys, but this is what we're looking at. So if this trend line was significant or legit, if this wasn't just chop and a coincidence, which is hard for me to believe that this was a coincidence because everything was trending in upward direction. With this breakthrough and this next 4-hour candle, it looks potentially like we could be turning this trend line, which was support, into resistance, which is negative. And then from that point, per usual, we're going to be looking at the same support levels that we've been looking at for weeks. If we dump and pull back 27,594, or let's just call it 27.6, support here, support here, support here, support, etc., etc. If we break through that, per usual, 27.3 is what we're looking at. Big wick here, so on and so forth. Here's something I'm hearing too by some of the top traders that I follow. We are going into a weekend. We all know that weekends are heavily volatile. On top of that, this is a 3-day weekend in the United States. With that being said, what I'm hearing is that there could be potential for scam wicks, things like that. Lots of retail traders will be in the market because it's a 3-day weekend. Keep your eyes out for that. I will tell you where my scam wick buy orders are going to be at, just in case they get hit. I might open up another order here at this 27.3. I already have orders at 25.8. And then I will be looking for super scam wick stuff. I'll be putting around 23 all the way down to 21. And this is for like super crazy scam wick pullback, get it all out of the way, and then we're off to races again. So 23, 21, 25, 8. The bulls are hoping we stay above 25.2, just so we don't go into a complete turnover and start going lower. But again, I'm not thinking of extended price action. I'm talking about wicks to try and get your random low buy orders filled. if we, like I said, if we do get Scamwicks, those are levels I'm looking at, and I'm not talking about a huge giant rollover. So just random buy order, not necessarily random, but it's all based off of levels of support, resistance, etc. But Scamwick buy orders, again, 27.3, 25.8, 23.21, somewhere in between those levels, guys. Something to think about. Yeah, moving on to ETH. I'm not going to spend too much time on ETH because it's rolling over as well. We are still holding this upward trend line, but it is starting to turn into a channel potentially, which is not the most positive thing. Like that, ascending channel, an ascending channel. These are usually bearish eventually. But while you're playing the swings, again, just things to keep your eye on. That's what I'm looking at. Again, not a trading channel. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I suck at trading, just so you know. Don't listen to me. All right, let's get you on the news. Let's get you on here with your weekend. Get you out of here. And goodbye. All right, Kwon converted illicit funds from Luna to Bitcoin. South Korean prosecutors have reached out to Binance to request a halt on any withdrawal linked to Kwon. South Korean prosecutors have identified $414 billion of won, which is equal to $314 million USD, I'm assuming, in illicit assets associated with Terraforma Labs co-founder Kwon and his associates. Out of the $314 million identified illicit assets, prosecutors have linked about 91.4 billion won, which is $69 million USD, of the specified amount to Kwon. Although Kwon amassed millions, none of the assets tied to him is recoverable or under the jurisdiction of South Korean authorities. This is primarily because the now arrested former CEO reportedly converted most of the illicit funds into Bitcoin using overseas crypto exchanges instead of investing in physical assets, as per a report published in the South Korea Daily KBS. South Korean authorities have requested Binance to halt any withdrawal requests associated with Kwon. Binance confirmed to Cointelegraph that they indeed are cooperating with prosecutors and offering any assistance they need. Quote unquote, we provide Korean LE authorities with the requested assistance since we cannot comment ongoing LE investigations. For any further comment, please reach out to the prosecutors. South Korean prosecutors are actively tracing properties associated with Terraforma Labs executives in order to recover some of the illicit funds from the Terra Luna debacle. On April 3rd, prosecutors seized homes and other assets in an effort to stop former Terra employees from selling things that might be tied to legal cases. In addition to the residence in Seoul, owned by former CEO Shin Hun-seong and others, the prosecutors also filed foreclosure actions against their foreign registered vehicles, lands in Haewusong, and these places, guys, these places right here, and Taein in South Chungcheong province. I'm an idiot. Moving on, Terra Luna was a booming crypto ecosystem based on the algorithmic stablecoin Terra USD Classic USTC. However, the stablecoin depegged in May of 2022, leading to a collapse of the $40 billion ecosystem within days. What was initially thought to be a market-triggered event turned out to be a clear case of fraud, with former CEO Kwon at the center of it. According to an on-chain data, in the 3 weeks leading up to the depeg, one entity dumped over 450 million of USTC on the open market. 4 days after their last sale, USTC started collapsing. And the entity behind the massive dump was none other than Terraforma Labs. Rug pull, y'all. That's what they're saying. Classic rug pull. Despite an arrest warrant for South Korean authorities, or from South Korean authorities, an Interpol red notice against his name, Kwon continued to evade arrest for nearly a year before getting caught on March 23rd in Montenegro. Yeah, there you go. All right, Mt. Gox. If you guys know what Mt. Gox is and you're new to the space, just Google it. This has been ongoing since I joined the space in 2017. All right, Mt. Gox repayment registrations close. Here's what's next. The deadline for repayment registration for those affected by Mt. Gox hack has closed, with the trustee releasing a statement on the next steps in the process. The saga of the Mt. Gox cryptocurrency exchange and the repayments of its creditors continues as the company released a new statement as to what to expect now that its registration window has closed. On April 7th, the former exchange released a statement from its rehabilitation trustees, Nobuaki Kobayashi, saying the deadline for creditors to provide their repayment information clarification of payee and payment type has passed. It is said that base repayment, intermediate repayments, and early lump sum repayments will be carried out until October 31st of 2023. However, this final deadline might be extended with the permission of the Tokyo District Court. The note also said that the trustee would carry out the necessary preparations to make the repayments, including confirmation of the selections for repayment and sharing the information with banks, fund transfer providers, cryptocurrency exchanges, and any other custodian involved in the repayment. For this reason, the note read, in light of this, it is expected to take some time before the repayment is commenced. The initial demise of the exchange happened in 2014, so way before I even joined the space, when it was forced to shut down after a hack amounting to a loss of 850,000 Bitcoin. Holy shit. Despite the FTX catastrophe in November 2022, Mt. Gox demise remains the greatest crypto robbery in history. There have been continuous delays surrounding the repayment of the funds to those affected. In 2018, a Japanese court finally approved the compensation plan. In March 2020, Kobayashi announced a new system for the remaining funds to be claimed by creditors through proof of claim via bank statements, transaction records, and identification documents. The deadline for submitting claims was set on October of 2020, which was subsequently pushed back to December. After all claims were received, the amount totaled to nearly $16 billion, more than was available for repayments. In February of 2023, Mt. Gox Investment Fund, the largest creditor, decided to go for the option to an early payout in Bitcoin for 90% of what is owed instead of waiting longer for a larger payment. Of course, it's been so damn long that even the fact that we're in a bear market doesn't change the fact that anybody who bought Bitcoin back in 2014 is significantly up. They're winning, y'all. They just want the money back. The big fear about the Mt. Gox redistribution of creditors' funds is that there's going to be a large dump of Bitcoin onto the open market, which might happen. Do I think it's going to be a huge pullback and a collapse and a big giant turn down to like 12? No, absolutely not. But I wouldn't be mad at going back down to 20 and getting some buy orders filled. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as bad as the doom and gloom people are saying. Let me know what you guys think. Comments down below per usual. Last but not least, guys, more Ripple news. They got that Ripple hopium going. XRP Army, where are you? Let's go. Ripple vs. SEC top lawyer provides insight into potential end of date of May 6th. Again, guys, don't hold your breath. Do I think this is going to happen? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm going to say no. But I wouldn't be mad if it did. So let's get it. Pro crypto lawyer and legal representative for XRP holders John Deaton has provided clarity regarding his statement about the possible end of the SEC's case against Ripple on May 6th. According to Deaton, the suggestion is based on previous case by the same judge, Annalisa Torres, who then granted summary judgment 60 days after her debut decision, or Daubert decision. This term in the U.S. Jurisprudence refers to a decision based on a legal ruling that sets standards for the admissibility of scientific and expert testimony in court. In the SEC's case against Ripple, the Daubert decision was to exclude the testimony of SEC witness Patrick Doody, hired by the regulator to analyze the motives of XRP buyers. Given that the exclusion of Doody's evidence occurred on March 6th, the previous experience with this judge suggests that another 60 days should elapse. One would expect the case to be resolved by May 6th, says Deaton. However, excuse me guys, again, allergy season. So bad. However, lawyer immediately stressed that he does not consider it an exact date, only that he would be excuse me. I am so sorry. We're gonna leave that in. I'd normally cut that out, but shit, I think it's funny. Let me start that sentence over. However, the lawyer immediately stressed that he does not consider an exact date, only that he would be surprised but not shocked if it did happen. All in all, the potential end date of May 6th, based on the previous experience, may offer investors and enthusiasts some insight into when the SEC's case against Ripple will be resolved. As many had previously expected, including Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, things would be settled in the first half of 2023. However, as it is often the case with any legal case, they're really digging for words here. There's always this possibility of unexpected delays, obviously. Yeah, guys, May 6th, man. I wouldn't hold your breath, but if it did happen, woohoo, prepare yourself for an absolute flood of money into XRP. But guys, that's all I've got for you this beautiful Friday morning. Let's go back to Bitcoin real quick before I get you out of here. Still hanging out under that trend line on the 4 hour. Yeah, guys, it's the weekend. Per usual, trade conservatively, put in stop losses, be smart, don't get greedy. And outside of that, if you enjoy the content I provide here on Boring Crypto.io, please, by all means, subscribe to that channel, turn on the bell for notifications, watch, like, and share the videos on all your social channels. Guys, and I will see you bright and early Monday morning. I'm out of here.